Hi, I'm filming today from Bradley Beach, New Jersey. This is the same place that I actually filmed the very first video that I uploaded to this channel, although I'm not outside this time because it's raining. Every other week in the summer, usually, we use this town as a sort of center point, meetup location with my aunt and uncle and cousin, because they live farther south and we live farther north, so we usually meet here in the middle. This summer, actually, we ended up not really doing that because we came at the very beginning of the summer. Like I said, that's also when I made my first video for this channel. But then some family stuff started happening and we ended up sort of not coming back here for a long time. And now we're finally here for the first time since all that stuff happened. It's the end of summer now. It's like already September. It's cold and rainy, but that's what happens. Anyway, the last time that I was down here, I made a video talking about how I had just seen Bandstand. And it kind of works out almost because today I am going to talk about how I recently saw Dear Evan Hansen. Dear Evan Hansen, it was really exciting to get to go see it, especially while the original cast is still there. We did have, when we went to see it, a couple of understudies going on instead of complete original cast, although understudies are also original cast, but you know what I mean. Evan Hansen himself was being played by understudy Michael Lee Brown, and his mom, Heidi Hansen, was being played by Garrett Long. It's a little battery. Alright. I remember we went to pick up the tickets at the box office, and the guy was like, "Oh, Ben Platt isn't here today. Do you still want the tickets?" And we were like, "Yes." Like, what kind of a question even is that? Of course we want the tickets. Of course we still want to see the show. Is there some sort of alternative option where you give us free new tickets to go see the show at some point when he's there? Or is this just do people actually do that, just not go to the show because the main actor is not there? I mean, what? I don't understand. Anyway, that was all fine anyway, because Michael Lee Brown was phenomenal. He was amazing. As far as differences go, I think my mom said that she felt that based on performances that we have seen Ben Platt do on, shows and whatnot, late night shows and at the Tonys and things like that, to promote Dear Evan Hansen, it seemed like Michael Lee Brown was more demonstrative with his body language, maybe, about his anxiety or something. I can't say for certain if that's true because I don't actually know exactly how Ben Platt plays Evan usually. I do know that I found a audio recording of the whole show with the dialogue and everything, and I listened to that. And I did think that in comparison to that particular recording, at least, when we saw the show with Michael Lee Brown, his voice was quicker to sort of get really fast, high-pitched and panicky, like his speech, which I thought was that's very much like myself too. So that's very relatable. So I don't know if that's when that recording had been though. So I did stage door again at Dear Evan Hansen. Not that many people came out. It was just Evan, or Michael in this case, not Ben, obviously, and Connor Murphy's parents were the three actors who came out to sign, which, that's how it is. I was kind of like, okay, that's fine. There's plenty of reasons why they might not come out to the stage door. Like, they're exhausted. I'm sure they have to do this thing 8 shows a week. And they've been going on for months. They're tired. Like, it was a Wednesday, so that was already the second show of the day. It's like, there's loads of reasons why you might want to come out. I mean, my dad did kind of rib me a little bit because he was like, oh, I bet you're really disappointed you didn't get Mike Feist's autograph, huh? I was like, well, yeah. Anyway, so things that I did not realize necessarily that I was surprised by because I hadn't really known them or understood them very well from just listening to the cast album. First of all, like Alana and Jared, I did not realize these characters were going to also be so, lonely and disconnected from everybody, that like basically all of them are having these struggles. It's this story where basically all of the characters are having these struggles that we're all facing every day as well. So that was really interesting to see. And also, oh my god, the big one is Connor. Like, okay, so before I saw the show, obviously I have seen just around all the fan art and all the headcanons of Connor and Evan being friends, whatever. And I was always kind of like, why? Because that seems very, because they weren't friends. Because they weren't, it's all made up. In reality, like, what is this? I was like, this is all just a big fat lie, and the entire personality is fake. Like, why are people doing this? But then after I saw the show, I was like, I get it now. Because Connor, like, because during the time that he was on stage, the time that Mike Feist was on stage as the real Connor and not as the fake email Connor or the manifestation of Evan's guilt Connor, like when he was actually the real Connor Murphy way at the beginning, he actually did show this whole tragic thing where he was mean and scary and everything, but it was so clearly not because he was a cruel person, but it was because he was just really volatile and on edge. He's like expecting the entire world to be against him. Like, he did actually he made overtures towards Evan and try to kind of reach out and make nice with this kid. And then there was this horrible misunderstanding, and he thought that, this kid that he just kind of tried to make nice with is also being deliberately cruel to him. And like, he was feeling so humiliated and angry at himself and miserable, and just like, and of course we as the audience know that it was a horrible misunderstanding, and that Evan was so paralyzed by his own anxiety that he was unable to sort of set the record straight with Connor. And so it's so relatable. Like, I know that we've probably all felt like that. I know I have felt like both of those characters in that situation before at different points, not at the same time, but I mean, I assume that everybody has felt like this. Granted, sometimes I am forced to remember that actually there are loads of, like neurotypical people in the world who maybe don't actually feel, I don't know, that's like practically impossible for me to even conceive of though, so. But it's so, like, unfortunate that I also, like, I've totally just joined the if only club. Like, if only something had gone different. So now I also am one of those members of fandom. I read all the fics where something went different and Connor lived and they became friends. So, anyway, that's my Dear Evan Hansen story. Alright, till next time.